Let's do it. Push the button.
Welcome back to another episode of the Stumped Podcast. I'm Spencer.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Logan.
Gentlemen, I gotta say something to begin the show. I'm not apologizing.
Okay, good.
But you know what? I am apologizing to myself because it is so cold in this household. Freaking Logan's got the temperature set to Arctic temperatures.
Do you pay Logan's heat bill?
I do not.
Okay, I need to see you to get more points
goodness.
and start bringing some of the money in before you can start to hate on his heat bill.
I'm gonna go get a Snuggie or something.
I've never seen someone cry over 67 degrees so much. This is not a cold household. I'm in shorts and a t-shirt and sweating.
I'm in shorts and
I actually woke up this morning. Went downstairs, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, my house is so cold." It was 67 too. I'm a weenie, apparently.
Well, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, we have a guest with us today. He hails from Dalton, Ohio. We do.
Oh, Dalton.
You mean
my
Dalton?
hometown, Dalton, Ohio.
Dalton.
The Dalton Bulldogs. He is a doctor.
Oh,
Yeah,
should change my theme.
I know. He is a doctor. He played baseball with me in high school. We were friends since high school. He was my left fielder. Now we work together. Cody, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I don't know that doctor is the right word for me, but I do appreciate the nice introduction.
Huzzah.
Congrats, Doc.
Yay.
I'm surprised at how many friends Logan has since high school, like that are still friends. Like,
I'm surprised how many friends he has. Period.
oh gosh, wow.
I mean, Matt
That says something about me and you.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're still here, so...
Well, Matt and I here are more for business. But anything else?
We're running a pretty poor business right now.
You keep asking me to be a guest on this thing, so...
Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay,
Yeah.
gentlemen. Matt, I think you wanna give some updates on scores.
Give us a little
Yeah,
score
man.
update.
End of episode 10 as we walk into episode 11 at this exact moment. End of episode 10, scores were Logan, 25.
Boo.
Good. Spencer, 21.
Yay.
Our guest, Cody, are coming in at 20 points.
Nice.
They can do a lot.
They're in
They got
striking
some
distance.
damage. They're in
Yeah.
striking.
Yeah.
I hear that gets a triple punishment if we can pull it off.
That is true.
That puts
And,
us in a bad place.
A very low.
Before I go to my score, all I'm going to say is, as I was referencing Cody, I was like, did I say his name wrong? Like someone did moons ago.
I still stand by that name. He is Zach.
He called one of our guests Zach.
His name was not. Yeah, his name was not Zach.
And then my score is 18 after a hot streak.
Very hot.
I'm hoping to keep it, but I am not confident at all.
You are back in this, though.
Yeah.
Your last few episodes have really
I
brought
might
you
be
up.
coming right back out of this with these stories.
We got any themes today?
Gentlemen, I'll start us off.
Okay.
You know I'm a theme man. Always have been, always will be.
You
theme
literally
man.
weren't last episode. Go ahead.
Well, I am today, and that's all that matters. And like the story of our podcast, I am crawling. I am fighting to not lose. Therefore, my stories are survival related.
Okay. Cody, do you have a theme?
At least it's not rules.
I do. My theme is internet trends before they were cool.
I love it already.
This is not going to
man.
be a strong suit for me.
I'm going to...
Matt, you're going to be great at that.
Let's wait to
You're
see what
gonna-
your stories are.
You're going to
I'm
be
not
great
sure.
at that.
We'll see.
Matt?
The king of TikTok.
I send videos to my sister and friend. I do not have a theme. I've got 2 true stories and 1 false.
Hopefully.
And the confidence level of these stories is about a 4 out of 10.
Oh. I would take those odds. A 4 is still not a 3.
D's get degrees.
You can count, so that's good.
Logan?
I have a theme. My theme is under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yes.
Like D-A?
Yes,
or
that is how I typed it.
The sea.
Under the sea.
Little Mermaid style.
Okay.
Little Mermaid.
You know, fun fact about me, Little Mermaid was my very first Disney crush.
That was a weird one.
Yep.
And you said that
All
on
right,
air?
moving on.
You said that on air?
I said that on there.
You know this is out there forever now, right?
Well, I don't mind. It is what it is.
Man, if Disney needs a background dancer for the upcoming movie that they made,
No, I'm a married man now. I only got my eyes on one woman, so
That doesn't mean you can't be a background dancer. Sebastian needs some friends.
Okay, I think per the usual, the guest has to start.
Absolutely.
And he's coming with us with stories, so applied to him. That's awesome.
Man, it's almost like we rehearsed that.
Yeah. Doc, you're up.
All right. So
Doc, you're up.
the title of the first one, Cinnamon is the Winner Man. Anybody remember those Applejack commercials?
Yes.
I love them. It was like my favorite cereal.
And that cereal was like top 5.
Amazing.
That was such a good cereal.
It was.
Top 5 cereal to this day.
What a
Yes.
title.
Then we got Planking in Superman's Dressing Room
I do not remember that.
and Flash Mob Sans Music.
I don't remember that either.
Well, those weren't commercials. Those ones were
I
just...
think we know which one needs to go first.
Applejack. Applejack.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, no. Apple Jacks.
I wish it was sponsored.
All right, let's go with Cinnamon is the Winner Man. All right, it's the middle of the 10th century. The Dark Ages are coming to an end in Europe. China will soon be reunited by the Song Dynasty, but not before a disease runs rampant through Min, part of the Chinese 5 dynasties and 10 kingdoms. The symptoms of this disease come on quick and include hot flashes, headache, sweating, and thirst. A vast majority of sufferers died within hours, with survivors seeing the disappearance of symptoms within about 1 day. The disease largely affected the laborers of the kingdom, essentially the working class. This fact, in combination with the symptoms, led to the blame being placed on sweating. As a result, the men put less effort into their work, with several refusing to participate at all. Zhu Wenjin, who recently claimed the throne of Min, was enraged by the reduced production, but feared a revolution as a new leader of a kingdom already in a state of unrest. He ultimately gave in to the demands to work for 1 day to prove that sweating was nothing to fear. However, with no known cause of the disease, he himself was scared. He decided that he would rub the parts of his body that would be covered by clothes and not visible to the others with a substance similar to modern-day paprika, in hopes that it would dry up his sweat.
Spicy.
Unfortunately, his version of the Cinnamon Challenge ended no better than the modern-day version, as he died later that evening of the sweating sickness. Scientists believe that a virus spread by bugs, primarily mosquitoes, was to blame. Bugs naturally appeal to the sweet taste of sweat and the dried peppers used in paprika. This is a natural case of correlation does not equal causation.
I was greatly deceived on the title there. I thought for sure we were talking about Apple Jacks.
And here I'm thinking, how many wars could we have solved if Apple Jacks were around in the 10th century? Like,
Yeah, it started off strong with the 10th century, and I was like, wait a minute.
Oh man.
Okay.
I have no read on that story. I need to hear the others to know.
I have a great guess about that.
You're saying it's true, aren't you already?
Ming?
Yeah. Are you a Ming Dynasty guy?
I don't believe it.
The names.
No?
The
Fake
names
news.
rhymed in that one sentence, therefore not true.
Ming. I don't know.
You've never heard of the Ming Dynasty?
Oh, I've heard of it, but cover up.
There wasn't even Ming in the story.
Wait.
His name was Zhu Wenjin, and it was the throne of Min.
Min.
You have changed. Now thinks it's true.
It's true. Okay.
You
Let's
just
second story.
reassign the entire story to like centuries later.
All right, do we want Planking in Superman's Dressing Room or Flash Mob Sans Music?
Flash mobs.
Really? People
Yeah.
say I look like Superman. So
No, they don't.
Oh, okay.
Slash mobs.
I thought that when I met you here earlier.
Thanks, man.
Don't give in to his ego.
Yeah.
All right.
Jokes.
It's the late 1510s, modern-day France. The bubonic plague and 100 Years' War are in the rear view, and the Renaissance is in the headlights. A woman by the name of Fro Trophea began dancing fervently in the street and triggered an outbreak of what is known as the Dancing Plague of 1518. This choreomania lasted for months. There were hundreds of people participating, dancing for hours and even days at a time. I would think that duration of nonstop dancing set a flash mob record that would never be broken. Records indicate numerous deaths resulted, with the leading cause believed to be heart attacks. The crazed dancers were enough to draw the attention of the magistrate and bishop, as well as numerous doctors that hospitalized dozens of the dancers. Theories of the cause include stress-induced hysteria and other psychological illnesses, demonic possession, some form of neurological disease such as Guillain-Barré syndrome, and food poisoning.
You use headlights in it? A little early for those.
15th century headlights?
Headlights. He said
No.
it was a metaphor. I get it, but
I'm going to say you say medical terms like you did go to medical school, and it really does throw me. You just say words that I can't even like read, and you say them so effortlessly.
Oh, you'll notice here soon.
Okay.
All right, let's hear the third.
Give me the Spencer Superman.
All right. It's the
Yeah.
early 1950s. The World War II boom is underway, but the fear of the Cold War is looming. People everywhere were trying to see just how many people they could cram into tight spaces. Fallout shelters, you ask? No, phone booths. The fad was named phone booth stuffing, and it involved piling into a phone booth until it could not accommodate another person, or they ran out of willing participants. Strategies varied from standing, piling up in prone, or planking, if you will, and random positioning. The trend spread from the U.S. to England, Canada, and other parts of the world. It culminated in 1959 with the world record of 25 students at a YMCA in South Africa piling into one standard upright phone booth. The phone rang, but no one could move to answer. The trend naturally ended with the declining number of phone booths over the next decade.
Did you say 25 people in a phone booth?
That's what I heard. I think I
did.
know the answer.
That's an insane amount of people, though. Let's just...
We got 6 people in a porta potty one time, and that was unbelievably tight.
Okay.
So in a porta potty?
Please tell
That's
me
a
it wasn't
whole
you.
another level of gross. Were you both involved in this?
I was not.
Like,
No.
I am sitting too close to you right now, knowing that.
Okay.
We did, and Cody can testify to this. We had like a senior fun day at Dalton. He was a
And
grade
that's what
ahead
you
of
guys
me.
did?
So you had to do a scavenger hunt in the town. So you'd go like to local businesses and get them to like sing the alma mater and stuff. And one of the things was get everyone in your group in a porta potty and take a picture as proof. And there were 6 of us in our group. And there was a construction site up where they're building the apartments that are now built across from the high school. So we ran up and found like the biggest porta potty they had and asked if we could all get into it and got some really weird looks. But we did it. Got 6 people.
Appropriate.
Congrats. I don't know whether they're going to be like disgusted or
I don't know if I
impressed.
should say
No.
congrats to that.
There's not much to do around here.
No. That's a good time at Dalton.
Okay, gentlemen, what are we thinking? I actually think I know the answer.
I want to hear your thoughts.
What's your thoughts?
I'm not saying that because I think I actually know the
What's
answer.
your thoughts? Then lock in.
No, I want to go last.
No, lock in.
No, because I'm not going to say
You
it.
know the
I know
answer.
the answer.
You're the bold one. Here, lock in.
Taking the
I
easy
could be
route.
so wrong,
Bold in.
but I could
Be
have
bold.
sworn I've heard 2 of those stories before.
Be bold. Lock in.
And I don't know where, and it could be a lie, but
Bold. Lock in. Come on. Be
I'm
bold.
not, no.
Matt, what are you thinking?
I think Spencer's full of it.
Yeah, last time he said he knew it, he was completely guessing and just didn't want to talk.
Yeah, he just didn't want to talk because he didn't really know. So he wanted to hear what we had to say because we are the intellectual ones in the group.
You're the intellectual one. Okay, what's the thoughts?
I'm concerned that like small details have been changed. There's a lot of details in both of those, specifically places. And like every story, if I'm not like especially the first one with I have no clue.
With
Paprika,
men.
like okay.
With men.
With men. The last one had a few different locations. The second one, I don't know. The second one seems like it's something that would happen.
I will tell you that it was not just like small detail changes. It's
a
full
a completely
story now.
bogus story.
Yeah,
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know. I'm gonna lock in
You're
the first one.
Locking it in.
Locking that's the 10th century one.
Yeah, the
I'm gonna lock
cinnamon
that one
the
in,
paprika.
and if I don't remember when the Black Plague was around, was it the 15? Was it before?
It's men. Men's the issue. It's Ming.
It-
Ming is the issue.
I'm done with you.
Logan, what are you thinking?
First off, good job.
Yeah, great
Thank you.
stories.
3 very good stories.
Great stories.
I'm torn here because as I listen to them and I think about the trends and insanity of humanity, they're all realistic.
Yeah.
I was leaning towards one Matt wants to go to. The question is, do I really want to double down this early with Matt? Or do I want to go for a
Extra
different route?
separation.
The phone booth one, I just can't believe 25 people in a phone booth.
Yeah.
That's unbelievably high to me. Like the square footage doesn't add up. That's a 1-person booth.
Oh, they used to have spacious 2-people booths.
Okay.
It used to be 25-person booths.
But how someone does that, unless you're talking like infants, I
They
don't.
said the average height was between like 5'2" and 5'10", but something like that.
That's tough
So
still.
Spencer.
I'm between
Yeah.
the first and last. Because the middle one, I don't know. There was a lot of medical terms in there that I don't understand, and I believe it.
That's the concern having a doctor.
It sounds
on.
the craziest to me. Like you dancing people to death with heart attacks sounds too crazy to make up. Why would you ever think of that? However, thinking about shoving people in a phone booth and thinking about rubbing paprika on yourself to try to.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff you make up.
The thing I loved about the dancing one
between
was
first and
like
third.
some also died of food poisoning. Like, oh, just random like.
So what are you
throw
rolling
hot
with,
dogs in.
What are you rolling with? Are you doubling down? Or are you
Double
separating?
down. Separate. Double down.
I'll double down.
Separate.
Let's
Separate.
do it. Yeah, I'm
Separate?
I'm doubling with Matt.
Okay.
That's how you play with the lead.
So yeah.
Make sure he doesn't
Okay.
Dang it.
Give me the first one.
That's true. I'm also jumping on one, and here's the reason why.
Okay.
I swear Matt told me a story about dancing to death. And drugs.
No, that's just most weddings I go to.
Like some drug. I swear I could be so wrong. For some reason, the caucuses in my brain, I've heard that story. Don't know where. The phone booth. Again, don't know why I believe that to be true. I think it's somewhere in my brain. I've seen it. I could be completely wrong, but the first one, never heard of.
I dance a lot at weddings, so I often use the phrase "I've danced to death" during a
Spencer.
wedding.
Spencer.
I'm locking in one.
At your wedding, it was so hot.
It was unbelievably hot. You don't have to tell me you're preaching to the choir. Okay, I'm locking in one too, only because for some odd reason I feel like I've heard the other two. I just don't know where. Lock in one.
All right.
All right.
Break our hearts.
Destroy us.
Flash mob was true.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
there were multiple instances of this happening in history. This one was kind of the biggest, most well documented one. They don't know what caused it. There's a lot of indiscrepancies on how many people were involved, how many people died, but that one happened.
Okay. That was the one I was most confident on.
Same. I was between 1 and 3.
Yeah.
And you guys got it. It was a
Yes.
clean sweep.
After he said that there was no small details, I was like, all right, he's not going to be like 20 people or 25. I was like, here we go.
That phone booth blows my mind.
Yeah.
25 people. Was there a picture?
Did they give you a dimensions at the phone booth?
No, it's a normal phone booth,
They just
right?
said standard one person upright phone.
I
booth.
read that somewhere or saw it. I know it's in my brain somewhere.
That's
But when you said, I was
standard.
like, I've heard that before. I just don't know where.
I'm not sure what their definition of in the phone booth was, because they did say at least there's a substantial portion of their bodies were in the phone
Okay,
booth.
so
but
like
that's still kind of
50%, and maybe their arms and legs. It's not like a roller coaster ride. We've got to have everything in the vehicle at all times.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Still, I think you could cut
intense.
the arms and legs off of 25 people and not fit them in there. I mean, that's tight.
I did see a picture of like
super tight.
12, and I thought that was like
Yeah.
pushing it. I don't
Yeah.
know how they got double that, but
No, great stories though.
Yeah,
great
well done.
stories.
That was-
well done.
That was good.
we should
Thank
try
you.
that sometime.
Yeah.
We should test these stories.
All right.
See if we can put 25
See
in.
what-
can get 25 people.
New idea for the loser. You find 24 friends and you get and you get them in that phone booth.
You have to break that phone booth down if it's what it takes.
as for the lie, there was a sweating disease with those symptoms, but the made up part about the rubbing
So you wrote that
paprika on
down.
himself.
The
but-
That's well done.
That was
Well
good.
done.
That was very believable.
Yeah.
Also, like, what?
You started and I was like, if these were all like this, I will literally just be shooting in the dark. I have no idea.
I was like, how do you pick that sauce? Like, what spice do you like? You're sitting there, like, all right,
That just sounds unpleasant. That's spicy.
Yeah. You're just like rub it on.
Mistakes were made.
Well done. Okay.
All right.
All right,
I'm
who
gonna
do
go.
you? No,
Fine.
Cody picks.
Guess gets
Cody
to pick.
picks. Cody picks.
Don't let him go.
Let him go.
Yeah, I don't want to go.
One
now.
of the other
I don't
two.
want to go now.
All
I
right,
don't
go
have to
ahead.
put too much pressure on you.
Go ahead, Logan.
Yes. All right.
Oh, great.
I know. I got to read.
Whenever he takes it off, it's like a reading.
Oh,
reading a
they're
book.
long.
Might as well buckle up,
This
gentlemen.
is how he's winning. He like.
All right.
We get
both
bored
space.
halfway through.
Do you guys want fish are friends?
Yep.
Not food. Poseidon's kiss, or big meaty claws. Read in Mr.
Feeling
Krabs'
a
voice.
little lonely, so let's go big meaty claws.
Yes, it's a SpongeBob reference for those of you who don't watch. All right. I know. 1968, USSR's K-129 submarine sank while navigating somewhere northwest of Hawaii. Along with the military personnel on board, the sub took down a treasure trove of Soviet intelligence to the bottom of the ocean. The U.S. found out about the sinking, and by August had pinpointed the exact coordinates that the submarine sat deep in the Pacific Ocean. If they could recover this submarine, it would lead to a gold mine of intelligence they wouldn't be able to get anywhere else. It was no easy task, however. The submarine was 132 feet long, weighed 1,750 tons, and sat 16,500 feet below the surface of the ocean. To make it even tougher, the entire mission had to go off without alerting the USSR. So to make it all happen, President Nixon assigned the CIA, not the Navy, to the operation. The CIA partnered with billionaire and engineer Howard Hughes to design a mechanical claw capable of scraping the ocean's floor. They also built a drill ship, but designed it to look like an oil rig. The rig had an underwater docking station to hold the captured submarine without alerting any passing ships or aircrafts of their discovery should they be able to successfully pull off the mission. The entire claw had to be installed underwater with the use of dive teams, and by July 1974 it was ready to go. So it successfully deployed its claw and brought up the submarine, but halfway up, part of the submarine broke off and sank to the ocean floor again. The remainder was successfully salvaged, and before they could return to get the second piece, the LA Times and New York Times published an article detailing the mission. Knowing the Soviets were fully aware and not wanting to risk further escalation, they scrapped the second mission. What was recovered by the U.S., we don't fully know, but it's certainly one of the greatest salvage missions to be successfully run during that era.
Here's my issue with this.
Yeah.
Sounds like the Black Panther. You know, when they're like underwater.
The new one?
Yeah. And they have that claw and they're grabbing the stuff underwater. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I
Has
haven't
everyone
seen the
seen
new
that?
one yet.
I haven't seen it.
I would need to. I just haven't seen it yet.
That's what it sounds like to me.
Interesting. Sounds like a normal rescue mission to me.
Yeah. He copied it. Where's Marvel? Come get your infringement rights.
Yeah, no, please.
Ban me, please.
Yeah, please take the only thing we own, which are mics and stands.
Okay, Logan, what's the next one?
All right. You want Poseidon's Kiss or Fish Are Friends, Not Food?
I like Poseidon.
Okay. In 2013.
Oh, I thought you were going to proceed to read Fish Are Friends.
Shut up. You're right. Harrison Okene was a chef on a tugboat off the coast of Nigeria. One morning, around 5 a.m., he went to the bathroom and he noticed the ship started to go down. A large wave had just hit his ship, and it rapidly sank to the bottom of the ocean. Okene tried to make it to the emergency hatch, but was too late. He ended up in the bathroom that was slowly filling with water. The ship flipped and sank over 100 feet to the bottom of the ocean, leaving Okene in a 4-square-foot air bubble in which he could still breathe. There was no light, and with the ship being upside down, Okene had to hold onto the upside-down sink above his head to keep his head above the freezing water. After a day in those conditions, Okene realized he needed to get his body out of the water, so he left his hatch and would go out to try to find floating items nearby. He used them to help keep his body out of the water as much as possible. After 60 hours, he saw a light. Scuba divers on a recovery mission to get bodies from the boat had just entered and found him. Okene's body was so full of toxic gases that bringing him straight up would kill him, so they had to put him in dive gear and slowly bring him up before putting him in a decompression chamber for 2 days. One scuba pro said for someone to dive that deep for 20 minutes is considered a long time. For him to have been under the water in that flooded room is simply a miracle. Okene swore never to return to the ocean, but decided to overcome his fear and become a certified diver. The diver who rescued him presented him his certificate in 2015.
How long was he under there for?
60 hours in a 4-square-foot bubble of air.
In the ocean.
100 feet down.
Under the ocean.
Under the ocean. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I guess technically in the ocean.
That was Poseidon's Kiss?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, that was Poseidon's Kiss?
Yeah.
He blew an air pocket.
Yeah, that's what I was.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking.
Well, and he was going to the bathroom when he tipped and
Supposedly
capsized.
going to the bathroom.
Well, he was stuck in a bathroom.
Right, but hanging
I
onto
did
the
mishear
sink.
the first part of that story. He said he went into the bathroom and noticed his ship was sinking. I did not hear ship.
Yes.
Okay, what's the third one?
You fall asleep just.
Yeah.
In the 1990s, in Card Sound, Florida, lived a girl by the name of Skylar Thompson Cook. Every night at sunset, she would go down to the end of the pier at Card Sound and feed the fish. In addition to the fish, there was always one dolphin. The dolphin was unique because its left flipper had been badly wounded, so it struggled to swim well. Year after year, she would go down and feed the fish and dolphin, who was always waiting at sunset every single day. In 2003, Skylar noticed that the dolphin, which her dad had started calling Lefty as a joke, but the name had stuck, was no longer there. After a couple weeks, she just assumed that Lefty had died. Then one day, she saw a news story about a dolphin that had been rescued out of Card Sound that had a wounded flipper. The dolphin, she read, was going to be the first dolphin ever to receive a prosthetic flipper at Clearwater Marine Aquarium in Clearwater, Florida. She began calling the aquarium daily to check in on the procedure, and while the procedure had gone smoothly, Lefty had yet to take to the new prosthetic and was barely eating or swimming post-operation. After a couple weeks of similar updates, Skylar became convinced that she needed to visit the dolphin and see what was up. So she drove to the aquarium, where the staff let her walk along the edge of the dolphin's recovery pool. Upon seeing Skylar, Lefty instantly responded positively, and when she was the one to throw him food, he began eating full servings. Over the next several years, Skylar continued to go to the rehab center day after day to check in on Lefty. The relationship became a point of focus for the marine biologist community within Florida and even got national attention when her and Lefty got an hour special on an Animal Planet and an article in National Geographic. Lefty passed away in 2008, but much of what we know about the emotional state of dolphins and their ability to interpret information comes from this remarkable relationship.
What was the date again? The date.
Started feeding him in the 90s. Didn't give specific. 2003 was when he was officially prosthetic.
So you're telling me a girl walked down to the end of the pier every day at sunset to feed a dolphin?
Yeah.
It happens all the time in Hallmark movies.
Yeah.
I feel like there would have been a movie about this one if it was true.
It's called Free Willy.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, gentlemen.
Just spins Free Willy a little bit.
Matt, what are you thinking?
Dude, I don't even know. Like, they're all, again, I could see the CIA doing that. Smart, make a oil drilling rig so no one can know. I feel like I've heard something like that. So it's fairly easy to, like, there's they're always trying to recover things from the bottom of the ocean. So I feel like I've heard something like that. The 60 hours under the water in an air pocket, like, at what point do those gases, like, actually kill you?
Yeah, 60 hours.
It's a long time.
It's a long time.
How far down?
Now,
100 feet.
Oops. Let me
Please
change the camera real
silence
quick.
your cellular
At
devices.
this moment, I don't know. You guys can continue talking.
Do you have any thoughts?
I just feel like that third one would have had a movie, or there would be
Yeah.
some kind of feel-good story that I would have seen
Yeah.
had that actually happened.
Yeah.
Are you big into feel-good stories?
Yeah, like, Disney would have capitalized on that.
I think so.
Okay.
And then, I don't know. I have a hard time with the guy in the capsized ship too for that long.
Yeah.
I think the most believable is the CIA submarine rescue thing,
Therefore, it's false.
which makes that the one that I'm kind of leaning towards, ironically. But
That's actually the rules.
I say Matt knows.
So here is the dilemma.
Go ahead, Spencer. Enlighten me.
Again, I think I know the answer to this.
I bet you do.
Really do. I'm trying to debate. Do I just say, guys, I'm fairly confident I know the answer and we all jump on it? Or do I let them
I'm
fend for themselves?
going to be honest with you.
Yeah.
If you say that, I'm probably still not going to go with you.
So,
Boom,
Like,
roasted.
You now I will take it into consideration. But you coming out and just being like, I know the answer. Here it is right here.
wait,
I'm
here's the
locking it in.
dilemma.
I don't know if
I don't know if I 100% know the answer.
Yeah.
I have a very strong leaning towards
What's your
one.
thought? What's your thought?
I don't know if I want to say it because I don't know if I want to Matt and I are close. We are very close. I don't want to lose.
Yeah, you got to consider last place here.
I do. Okay, but here's the dilemma because you know what? Just because I want to give it to Logan. Number 2, 1,000% true. 100%. When I was looking up survival stories, that was on there.
Which one was number 2?
The trapped in the bathroom. 1,000% true.
Really?
Good
Yeah.
for you.
Keen. Sorry.
You did scare me when you said survival stories.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's definitely read this.
It's 100% true.
You,
He went to the
Oh, he
bathroom.
just
Only survivor. The submarine was actually an accident. They went down there just to look, and it's crazy. But that's 100% true. The third one is a movie. That is a movie.
I was like, I thought I was confident that was
It's a movie.
but I don't know which movie it is. That's my problem.
It's a plastic prosthetic.
That's what I thought.
I have the movie in my head. I watched it with my mom, but I don't know if she fed someone. So therefore, I'm locking in number 1, but only because I know for a fact
man.
number 2 is true, and I am fairly confident number 3 is a movie. Now, if he just took a movie and it's an actual, wait a second, is that a true story?
You already
though?
locked in one.
Yeah, screw it, whatever. 1.
That's a fair point. It's a
I
true
think
story.
Logan's above stealing a movie plot line and
Is
using
he,
it as
though?
his lie.
I locked in 1, so I'm out.
I do love the credit you give me, but
I am. Let's see here. If I lock in with Logan, if I lock in with Spencer, the rest of the time, when
You
he
lose.
votes, I can still
Oh.
pull ahead if I stump people.
if you
Yeah.
get it, yeah.
But if I don't lock in with him, and he gets a point and I don't.
Wait, this becomes a lot deeper than just which one do you think is false.
Yeah, exactly. It becomes more of this about like which one I think is false.
Do you want Cody to lock in first?
What are you thinking, Cody?
I'm torn. I do not watch a lot of movies, so me saying that I think there'd be a movie about it does not confirm that there's not actually a movie about it. And the fact that he says he's seen one now makes me think there was a movie. So I don't know. When I've listened, I feel like Logan's stories, his lies, have not been as simplistic as number one, though, too. So that's kind of throwing me a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to lock in one.
2 on 1.
Choo-choo.
Dang. Starting us off with two train.
Are you coming on?
Are you locking
coming
on?
Let's lock in one.
One. Okay,
All
two's a fact.
2's true.
Yeah, I need that one for a
Phenomenal
fact.
story for the dude to make it 60 hours, pitch dark, in the cold, like 100 feet below water, 4-foot air bubble. They said there's no reason he should have survived that, and
That
he made
just
a full recovery.
sounds terrifying.
When
Yeah.
I read that, I almost put that on there, but I was like, no, they're gonna know it because I thought I read that in the news somewhere. Or something.
The other thing
Yeah.
is you keep your last wild story was the dude who got blown up like 9 times and skied 700 miles. So like,
But I also had a guy that literally tried to like kill himself, revive himself for the
yeah,
name of
and you had a
science.
guy
and that
who
was a
ate
lie.
a plane.
Okay, Logan,
Yeah.
either break your hearts or get a ton of points and pretty much secure your victory.
All right.
You're the victor.
All right. So
It
here's
is
where
a
we're gonna
movie.
start.
I know it's a movie. I don't know if it's a true movie though.
Here's what we're gonna start. I've never seen this movie. If it is a movie, I made that all up out of my head.
That's a movie.
I made up. Is it really?
That's a
I made
movie.
up the name. I made up the. I googled Florida coast and picked card sound out off my Google map. The dates were all made up. I don't know when the first prosthetic flipper was installed. Clearwater Marine Aquarium was the first aquarium I googled. All of that was made up.
Ready for this? I'll pull
The
this
first
movie.
one, USSR's K-129 sub going down, that was true. That happened. They built a oil rig looking. They
should've gone
dropped a
with my
giant
gut.
claw to the bottom. They pulled up the submarine underneath, harvested a lot
That
of
sounded
data.
too.
It was cool. I saw some pictures.
Did you
It was
see
a neat looking
3
claw.
points there.
Yeah, I did. They brought in a billionaire, Howard
Logan
Hughes,
can prove you
to
wrong.
design it.
It's
Or
called
Spencer.
Dolphin Tail.
What's all right? Yeah,
It is. Let me see.
is it about a prosthetic?
Yes, it's about a prosthetic. Let me see if this thing
Pull
is
this up.
true.
I've never seen this in my life. I just made that
Okay.
up because I'm like, I need an
No,
ocean
again,
story.
I don't know if it's
Wasn't that
true.
something with their tail fin on that one?
It might have been
I think
tail
I have
fin.
seen that one.
Do we?
Not a flipper.
Let me see here.
If you had said dolphin tail, then I think I would have
Yeah.
gone away from your bandwagon. there.
Skylar Thompson Cook was a made up name. I just thought she needs 2 last names. I haven't done that yet.
Prosthetic. Yeah, it's a prosthetic tail.
What year?
2000 and there's a picture of it.
No. What year's the prosthetic put on?
I'm trying to find it.
Okay. This is fascinating. Apparently, I'd be a good movie writer.
Winter is,
Or there's a
Yeah, I don't
movie
know.
ingrained in your head that you watched when you were sleepwalking.
No,
That's
I've
what
never seen that.
When you were sleepwalking.
Yeah, that's probably true. I
I
probably
don't know if it's
sleepwalked
true
out.
though.
All
It
right,
looks like
well,
it's true.
Dolphin
Well done.
Tail's also true.
If you find out that there's too much detail that's close to it, we
Dolphin
will have a
tail is
conversation.
true in
Okay.
2006 Clearwater Marina Aquarium.
That is 3 years apart.
That's,
Getting a little
Oh.
Found a dolphin wrapped tightly. So rescued it in the Mosquito Lagoon.
So-
transported it back to the facility
I'll
and
be-
put a prosthetic on it.
So
Stars
here's-
Morgan Freeman.
So at the end of the day, you are technically allowed to manipulate it a
Yeah.
little bit.
the wild part to me is that wasn't manipulation. This was dumb chance. Like I've never
That's why
seen
you
that
check
in my
your
life.
stories.
I sat down and wrote this with no use of the internet, so I assumed it was just completely.
Dang, he just pulled away. I should not have gone with Logan. Or Spencer.
When he was reading that story, I was like, "Are we
So wait,
insane? This is a movie."
Was there actually a girl that fed him before went there?
Oh, I have no idea.
I've not. Because Skylar was the focus of this story.
let me see if her name's Skylar.
If her name's Skylar, we're gonna have serious issues.
If her name's Skylar, I'll concede the points back.
It'll be a wash. It'll
there's
just
no
be
way it's
a
If her
fun
name's-
story.
And if they call it the Dolphin Lefty,
Dolphin Tail Cast. Let me
yeah.
see.
If her name's Skylar,
Have you seen this movie, Cody?
I have. It's been a long time.
Sawyer is one of them.
Oh, stop. That's not her name.
if her name is Skylar, the points are washed.
There, it does not appear to be a Skylar.
Okay.
So you got 3 points.
But that is as close as it gets, though.
Logan's at 4 points right now.
Well, that was dumb luck.
That is.
Yeah, okay.
No,
You're reading it. I'm like, this is a movie. A movie.
I saw you smiling. I thought
Oh, and
it's because
that's
you
why,
knew it
like,
was
I
fake.
remembered something vaguely like that, and even you, Cody, brought it up, and it's like,
I thought one was true 100% until
Yeah.
I heard the second one. I was like, okay, I know the second one's false. And then I heard the third one. I'm like, okay, this is a movie. Whatever. Well done.
I've never seen that movie. That's wild to even come that close.
Yeah.
I just thought, when would we as humans have started putting prosthetics on dolphins? Early 2000s. That's kind of
Yeah.
the.
Yeah, it's a movie.
Wow. I guess I'm gonna have to start
Right
googling my lies
place.
now.
You
Yeah.
have to Google your.
That-
You don't Google your lies.
No,
That's
I
as
just
close-
write them.
Google every lie.
That's
just
as
in
close as
case.
it gets.
I just sit down and type a lie out.
No,
Like,
I
just
Google
come up with
all of them just to make sure I'm not.
Okay, let's move on.
All right.
From the kind of sketchy lie from
Triple
Logan.
stump.
He got
the
4
sketchy
points.
triple stump. He only got. Oh, he got 4 total. Okay, who do you want to go next, Logan?
Go ahead,
Oh.
Spencer.
Yeah.
Thank you, Cody.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was guest choice.
No, it is.
It is. I always. I
don't know
forget.
why he asked me.
I don't either.
It's guest
It's,
choice.
you're fine.
Because I'm still angry at him for.
Spencer's mad.
No, I think it's funny. I was
That's just wild to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm in shock right now that
Yeah.
this story I typed at 11 o'clock at night on my couch is that similar to
True.
a movie.
While watching Dolphin Tale.
That
Yeah,
was
wow.
apparently true. No,
Yeah.
I was not. I've never seen that.
I'm going to ask Hannah. It's probably your favorite
Yeah.
movie.
Can we put a vote out there? Should Logan concede the points?
I
That's
can
the
put a
issue.
poll on the episode.
Yeah, we need to. Okay.
It won't matter.
So here, I'm going survival. Okay. We got 3 options. You can either Lost at Sea, the Sahara Desert, or the Amazon rainforest. Whoops.
What do you guys think? See?
See, because I hope it's the same story.
The sea.
He would have changed it. You'd have seen him like,
Yeah. November 17th, 2012. Jose Alvarenga.
Fake name.
Set off on a professional fishing trip with a young fisherman named Ezekiel Cordaba. They left from the fishing village in southern Mexico, and they planned to be out for about 30 hours hunting shark, tuna, and mahi-mahi. A few hours into their voyage, a storm struck that lasted 5 days and blew them off course. Alvarenga called his boss on the ship to radio for help, but much of the rest of the boat's electronics had been disabled by the storm. Alone and without food or supplies, the 2 fishermen survived by eating raw fish, turtles, and jellyfish. They drank rainwater and turtle blood. As weeks turned to months, Cordaba became severely unwell and died. Alvarenga then endured another 9 months alone at sea until he eventually spotted a small island. Abandoning his boat and swimming to shore, he almost immediately met a local couple who alerted the authorities.
What was the total time at sea?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do math, but I'm also caught up on Dolphin Tale.
15 months?
Yeah, long. It was
15 months at sea.
This is very similar to another movie,
Castaway.
Adrift.
Oh,
that I
Adrift.
watched. Very similar. There's
I-
2 of them. One of them dies. The other one still thinks they're there. It's actually their imagination, but it parallels that story.
Not that I googled Dolphin Tale while you were telling that, but Dolphin Tale is actually the boy in the story,
going back to
Sawyer,
it.
is not based off a real person. There was no child connection
Okay.
to the dolphin in the movie. So that was actually creative justices on the movie part, and my story was even further.
Logan's like,
Alright.
yeah,
I'm
it's
defending
fine,
that
it's
this
fine,
was
dude.
Disney
That's
Movie
okay.
Studios.
Anyway.
You can contact
Okay.
Logan at any time.
Yeah, it's
15
okay,
months
Logan.
at sea.
15
I
months
give
is
it a
long
1%
time.
chance of being true, so that's probably actually true. Go ahead.
Okay. Do you want Sahara Desert
what
or
island did he
Amazon
end up
River?
on?
I have no idea.
Cody, how long can the human body survive on rainwater and turtle blood?
Rainwater and fish.
And
Long
turtle
time.
I would think they'd be all right. Yeah.
Okay, so believable.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Are we going Sahara Desert or are we going Amazon Rainforest?
Amazon.
Okay. June 1971, ecologists Julian and Damien Kopecki set out on a 2-week research expedition in hopes of furthering their understanding of how life lives on the edge of the Amazon River. Unfortunately, on June 19th, Julian and Damien woke to water streaming in their tent. Over the next 36 hours, the Amazon rainforest would experience the heaviest rainfall of the decade, accumulating 113 inches of rain over a 36-hour period. The Kopeckis had no choice but to move off their intended course to find higher ground and avoid the extreme flooding conditions. However, attempting to travel in the rain was nearly impossible, and as they began to flee, Damien slipped and broke his ankle. In desperation, Julianne inflated their small emergency raft, pulled her husband in, and began floating down the river. Continually shoveling water out of the raft, they floated until the rain subsided. Now lost and very far from their original plan, they decided to continue to float in hopes of finding one of the cities along the river. Within a week of their plan, the raft hit a rock under the rapids and tore a hole in the fabric, forcing them to abandon and continue the journey on foot. That plan was halted when Damien could not walk. Again in desperation, Julianne went out and collected broken branches and vines and made a makeshift life raft, which they boarded and traveled for 12 days until they came across the city of Santorin, where they were rescued. Their total mileage traveled was a little over 450 miles.
You know, when you said survival, I felt really confident because I watch a lot of survival movies. And these first two have just been...
Yeah, no. I mean, one's close to a movie. Two
Yeah.
is just like a lazy river ride with danger.
A lazy river ride.
with danger noodles.
The lifeguards are throwing things at you instead of trying to help you.
Your
Okay.
lifeguard is a crocodile.
Last one was Sahara.
Sahara Desert, yep.
All right.
If you just retell the movie Sahara, I'm gonna know which one's false.
Mario Prosperi, an Italian endurance runner, got lost in the Sahara Desert in 1994. This keen athlete took part in the 1994 Marathon of the Sands in Morocco, a 6-day-long endurance race in one of the most dry and barren environments on the planet. During the race, a sandstorm caused Prospero to become disoriented and lose his way. One day after going off track, he found himself in an abandoned Muslim shrine in Algeria. In order to survive, he killed and ate off bats. For fluid, he was forced to drink his own urine and lick dew off the rocks. For 9 days, he walked through the desert and ate insects and reptiles. Finally, he found a small village. From there, he was flown to a hospital where doctors said his liver had almost completely failed.
Why would you race to the Sahara? Why would any sane person be like, yeah, that's my running ground?
So, quick question.
Yes.
Cody, can you lift your computer off the table? Okay. Can you set your computer on the ground?
Oh my goodness, that's what that noise was?
Whoa.
This is the computer fans.
That is crazy. I was like, what is
Yeah.
that?
Sorry. That's
sorry.
probably just, thank you.
Next question. Matt, do you have any thoughts before you lock one in? Because I can ruin one of these, as he did for me.
I'm heavily considering Sahara as false. But
That one's true.
that one's
I'll ruin
true.
it for you. I've heard that story.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness!
And
my only
I-
thought was like, how is nobody like there to help out? Like, it's a freaking race. How
Yeah.
do you not like have helicopters in the air and like
I only do
combing the
this
land?
because he did it to me, and he'll leave you two with a 50-50 chance because I have no idea between the other two.
That's where I was. I was
Yeah.
really hoping you were eliminating a different one.
Yeah,
but
the Sahara one is 100% true. I've heard the story. A
knew that one
Sandstorm
true, too?
hit.
I wasn't positive, but I had strong feelings towards that one.
Yeah. He ran. He found like whatever the Muslim
Yeah, the temple or whatever.
the temple that he used for shelter, licked dew off rocks, drank his urine. Unbelievable story. Also very true. The other two, I could flip a coin.
I might go with the first one.
That's a long time at sea.
Well, it's just, I mean, unless he's leaving out details for the purpose of leaving out details to make him skeptical. I feel like the article he read it from would have told him which island. So the fact that he like doesn't have an island may tell you that he just kind of said they kept drifting and then I need them to find an island to be rescued. It's also like the most unbelievable.
Which therefore means.
Therefore, it is true. Like that's where it's like I hate this so much because that's and like the other one was the Amazon where like insane amount of rain. They pulled the lifeboat and they basically rowed the boat to a place
Yeah. Well, kind of. They
for like
life
over a
raft.
course of 12 days.
Where I struggle with that story is we're not talking about like the Mississippi River experiencing an unusual amount of rain. It always rains in the Amazon. So
Yeah.
while it might have been a record amount, how much more was that than what they're traditionally getting? And it would really throw off their... Like, who goes to the Amazon and doesn't expect rain?
It's fair. Well, they had a
That's
lifeboat.
researchers.
Like,
Yeah.
they had a lifeboat. Like,
That one kind of just strikes me as weird, but the other one's more unbelievable. Like, I don't believe someone made it 15 months at sea.
the problem is it's Spencer, and I
I
need
know.
a point.
Did we have a year on the first one? The Lost at Sea?
Oh, good question.
2012.
I should have heard about that.
I was just thinking of like the boat's capabilities of lasting and supporting him that long, but
Well, he would
be
have just been
adequate at that
floating.
point. Yeah.
As long as the storms aren't hurricanes, the sea is pretty aggressive. So
What ocean?
I do not know.
You don't know the ocean.
No, I don't know the ocean.
oh, he doesn't know the ocean. Oh no! Is that the towel?
I could
Is that
see.
the false one right there?
I could see the panic in his eye that says, "Do I lie to their face and say one?"
And then he was like, well, I said the south side, I think. Like, I'm not really sure. Oh, man, I hate the fact
tough.
that he could be playing us so hard right now. I can't overthink this. Locking in one.
Okay.
I can't continue to think about it. I'm not. I don't know the difference. Like, I was leaning towards
Logan,
one,
Cody?
and I may be wrong on it.
I'm locking in 2. I'm not
Okay.
giving you a sweep, and I don't believe the Amazon one.
Okay.
I'm with Logan. I'm locking in Amazon.
I just lost.
So the first one is 100% true, or not the first one. The Sahara Desert.
Sahara
one.
Desert, yeah.
I read that and I don't know why I find it funny, but why you would run to the Sahara Desert blows
6
my
days?
mind.
It was an organized race, and they didn't have
Yes.
anybody there
Yeah.
to help out?
Yes.
It's like a 50-mile race through the
Blows
Sahara.
my
So they
mind.
don't have people the whole way along. Like,
No.
just start and finish.
Well, yeah, but, like, you can still fly a helicopter 50 miles and find
blows
people.
my mind.
That's insane.
Now to break my favorite heart, Logan's Fortune Troopers.
Is that true?
That is false.
My story was false?
No, you guys got it right.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Unfortunately, I got 0 points because you're stinking. I'm not joking.
Oh, yes!
So here's my dilemma with the whole season. I feel like I fooled you guys a lot. I have yet fooled the guest. I think I fooled the guest like one time with my
Yeah.
wife. And so it's like insane. The Amazon one,
Yeah.
I was looking up, I read 100 survival stories. And I literally found her name. She did survive from a plane crash in lightning. She was the only
Yes.
survivor.
I've heard her story.
Only
and that was the story I was
survivor.
thinking you were going to tell us. And that was why I was skeptical of it from the start.
So
because-
here's what I almost did. I
Yeah.
almost included Julian got struck by lightning, her plane went down. But I was like, they're not going to believe that she was the only survivor on a plane. And if I would have said that, you would have.
I would have heard that story and the Sahara
Yeah,
story.
and I would have gotten all points, which
Yeah.
really stinks. But no, that one's. I looked up her name. I don't even think. I don't know if she's married to a Damien. And I just looked
Did
up
Logan just get
another point.
another 5 points
Yeah,
so far?
he's
Yeah,
killing it.
yeah.
He's
Here's-
taking the lead.
And here's the rain thing.
I'm
That's
gonna
actually
lose
the
this.
most rain. I think is like 114 inches in a day.
Yeah. No, I know they get a ton, but I couldn't believe it affected the geography that much because
Yeah.
it's an area that constantly is under rain.
Yeah.
And so why would it cause instant flooding? Like if we got that in the States, the Mississippi River would flood like that where you're
Yeah.
not ready, but that geographical location is very sustainable terrain.
Oh,
so
I
it
needed that
struck me
point.
as weird. And the other one was so unbelievable, it had to be true. 15 months at sea.
15 months. Isn't that crazy? Unreal.
I didn't want to get hung up on details, but the slipped and fell and broke their ankle kind of sounded like a weird way to break an ankle too. So I was like,
Yeah.
that was my PT
Well played.
kicking in.
I
So.
appreciate that.
Well played, Doc. Okay.
All right.
I got 0 though.
Yep.
But at least Matt didn't get one.
Guest got one.
Guest
Guest
got one. Logan's got 5.
Yeah, Logan's won. Logan's officially pulled
Logan's
away.
already won. We're not even gonna keep tallying his points anymore.
Okay, Matt, hit us up.
I am not prepared, and this
All
is
right.
gonna be bad, guys.
I'm ready.
I know that everyone's eyes are on me. Got 3 stories as usual. One's called tax breaks.
He sounds so defeated.
I'm just thinking
You can
like
get a ton of points right here.
I'm trying to think through like what my stand-up comedy line's gonna be.
This is a man that's debating between writing next week's episode and studying for the ACT. That's right.
Yeah, I'm like
Okay, what's up?
I gotta know my math and science all over again.
Listen, I have not gone up a point on you. We're still 3 points away.
I know, but like I told you walking in this, I do not feel confident with these stories.
I'll guess
Okay.
yours wrong on purpose.
Oh my gosh, you're bummed.
You're
Okay,
gonna get it right. That's the problem.
okay, Matt, let's hear it.
All right, I got tax breaks. I've got I can't buy that. And I got the greatest beer run.
What do you want, Cody?
Beer run.
Amen.
Beer
Absolutely.
Okay.
Is this based off a movie too?
But yet slightly changed.
But yeah, like ever
Yeah.
so, don't put it past me to change small details to not have to do a stupid date with a cardboard cutout.
You bum. Okay, let's go, Matt.
Have you ever been so tired? Any cold drink will do?
No.
Well, what is more tiring than fighting a Nam during the Vietnam War? Probably not much. Our story takes place on one fateful night during the anti-war protests in anti-war protest about Vietnam. A group was conversing around their local bar when a conversation turned towards the Vietnam War. They talked about their friends, their neighbors, and others who they knew who were fighting in the war, and one gentleman suggested they should go to Nam, track down them boys, and bring them a beer. Well, Chicky Don Hu was up for the challenge. A former U.S. Marine Corps veteran found work on a cargo ship, packed his duffel bag full of beer, and started his 8-week journey to have a drink with the boys. The first 3 on his list were easy. He found them the first day he got to Vietnam. The others would be a bit more challenging. He was able to get the general location of the others and would hitchhike on helicopters, face firefights, and see government corruption along his way. But nothing would stop him from delivering the final beers to his neighborhood boys.
Okay. Hey, guys are crazy about their beer, so I can believe it.
This is the exact sort of thing you would do if you were like,
Yeah.
I don't know, a Marine veteran and you didn't want to go fight because you said anti-war protest, but you do want to be there and support the boys. So
Yeah.
I hope it's true. Go ahead.
Next one, you want to hear tax breaks or, oh, I can't buy that?
Cody?
Tax breaks.
Tax breaks. Tax breaks. Chicago cook Maria Rodriguez has been able to secure tax breaks on her personal groceries by citing them as necessary for her professional development. As a cook at a popular downtown restaurant, Maria is constantly striving to improve her skills and stay up to date on the latest culinary trends. She spends a significant portion of her income on high-quality ingredients and specialty items that she uses to experiment with new recipes and techniques in her home kitchen. Thanks to tax breaks, she's able to do a lot more practice than what the kitchen would allow her to, becoming better and better and honing in her craft.
No, I believe this. You can write off anything if you're clever enough. Like, I hope the IRS isn't listening, but you can just write off anything. If you itemize...
Taking notes right off.
If you itemize and you own a business, there's no reason you shouldn't be writing off most of your daily expenses. That's just
Coming from the wealth management advisor.
No, that's just, I mean, this is not financial advice. I need to say this very clearly because if I get audited because of this, dang it.
I'll try to throw a nice large slap.
I am not a tax professional. This is not tax advice in any way, shape, or form. But that stuff happens all the time.
And that's why it's so generic.
No,
could he make this up?
Oh, 100% you could make this up. I don't know if the names and date happen, but that sort of stuff goes down.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
you can write stuff off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 100% possible. It's just a matter of if it actually is happening
Yeah.
or if it is just from his mind.
Yeah, like,
Okay,
are
Matt.
you writing groceries off? If you're not, think twice.
Okay. Next one, the final one is, oh, I can't buy that. A Georgia man has been sentenced to 36 months in prison after using COVID-19 relief money to purchase a rare Charizard Pokemon card. Vinith Odemshine was awarded an economic injury disaster loan for $85,000 after claiming to own a small business that supported 10 employees. Once Odith got the money, however, he used $57,789 of it to buy a Charizard card. This was a first edition shadowless and holographic Charizard card with a 9.5 gem mint rating. Vinith was ordered to pay $10,000 on top of the $85,000 in restitution and 3 years in prison. After his 3 years, he'll have 3 years of supervised release. And he did not get to keep the card.
I feel like 57,000 is cheap for that card.
Cheap.
Those are like millions.
Really? Well, it's only 9.5.
No.
Right.
What was the 18-month thing at the beginning of that? I thought he was in jail
36
for 18
months.
Okay.
What were you going to say, Logan?
This also happened a ton with COVID. This is another thing where I don't know if this story happened, but a lot of people took money and used it for random crap.
Those PPP loans.
Yeah.
What was the first
Those
story?
got abused.
First story I read was the beer run, Vietnam
beer.
War.
I believe all these.
Okay, I think the beer one's actually true. I feel like I've heard that before.
I fell for that last time, and I don't know that I am again.
That's true, too. I'm 1 for 2 on that today, so.
Cody's like, I'm not confident in Spencer anymore.
If you're new to this show, Spencer always thinks he knows it's true.
So here's the dilemma. I hear these things, I'm like, I've heard them somewhere. I probably haven't. It just sounds like I have. Okay,
There's no worse feeling than telling a story and Spencer goes, I know that one's true, though, because then you actually question your lie.
You question it so hard.
says the dolphin tail boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Did they really take the
Said
money
Skyrim.
back if you didn't like? Did you not have free reign on how you use that money?
It had to go. There was certain like restrictions. It had to go towards your business. The PPP was payment protection, and so like if you owned a small business, it had to go towards either business expenses or your employees' paychecks. Where people got twisted though, say I own a small business with 3 employees, I pay myself a hefty bonus. It's now employee paycheck, and then I use that to buy a Charizard card or whatever. And so that's where people tried to twist it through and run it through. And when you're just handing out free money,
Yeah.
it certainly got abused. So I believe it.
The first one, he bought a Charizard card for $57,000.
Yeah.
No, the first one was the beer
Or
run.
not the beer run.
The next one I read was the
food.
groceries.
Yep.
Yeah. Right now.
The other one I read was the Charizard card.
I don't know. This is the first one where I don't even have an idea.
I'm between 2.
Which one are you between? I'm between the food and the Charizard.
Same.
Where are you at, Cody?
I was thinking beer run or Charizard.
I just want the beer run to be true.
Yeah.
That's a cool story, and it's the wildest of them. The other 2 are so believable. One has to be a lie. It's just which one.
I feel like that Charizard, like the sale, he probably looked up. There was a recent Charizard card that was bought for a ridiculous amount of money. It was probably that. He maybe just changed the background story of who bought it.
Yeah, to very believable circumstances. And the jail time, because I know a lot of people got fined. Jail time is kind of weird to me. I don't know that I'd heard of someone going to jail, but I know those cases are kind of just starting. They say when he was sentenced.
Oh, I'm struggling here.
I don't have that
Okay,
information.
okay, that's fine.
So he bought the...
Me and dates. I
Um,
try to avoid those.
that's fair. That's been an Achilles heel in the past.
It's been my Achilles heel.
I don't know.
All right, well, where are you going?
I don't know.
You want me to lock in first?
You lock in first.
I'll lock in first. Hit me with the Charizard card.
Charizard card?
Yeah.
Man, this one's tough. I'm torn on those 2.
Do you know the second one's true or something?
I don't know that.
It's just so plausible.
My gut is screaming to go to the second one.
I just-
But my head is saying Charizard.
The second one would be so easy to write, too.
Ooh, are we going to get a third choo-choo train?
No. There's no way all 3 of us jump on. But maybe. I'll let them
Wait,
decide.
that'd be the fourth one? Well, we separated. We separated.
We did.
On,
We
okay.
separated on Spencer's.
I was like, this is the first time we all went on, but we separated on Spencer's.
I'm gonna lock in Charizard card.
Oh, Spencer. Are you going to risk giving him 3 points? Because here's the thing now.
It would make a very interesting final show.
You have to think about him getting -1. If it's this, you could get 1. He can get -. You got to play your numbers here.
My gut is screaming to go. Oh, screw it. Charizard. Lock it in.
Lock it in. All 3 locked in Charizard. Greatest beer run.
True. That's 100%.
Yeah, it's
gotta
true.
be
They
right.
made a movie about it.
I love it.
They made a movie about it. It's on
Matt's
Apple
too
TV.
happy. We all got smoked.
Yeah, you all got smoked.
It was the second one.
Unbelievable.
Charizard's true.
My
Unbelievable.
gut was
Charizard's true.
screaming,
Wow.
screaming to go in the middle.
Tax breaks was made up.
Yeah.
I'm sure people did do that, but
Yeah,
that
that
specific
story.
person, that culinary chef,
Yeah.
No, good for you.
Well done.
No clue.
My heart was literally saying go the second one, but I was like,
Yeah.
screw it. Let's do the other one.
I hadn't heard jail time of anyone because I know
Dang, I
people
got
abuse.
3 on that episode?
Yeah, we're tied, Matt.
I know people abuse PPP
We
loans,
are.
but I did not. I'd not heard jail time. I'd heard
Yep.
payback fines. I've heard
Yeah,
10,000
the jail
restitution.
time of this story, I was like,
Yeah, that's harsh.
Yeah.
but apparently it's because I think it's because he made he never owned a business.
Oh, so
He
completely
he
made
like
that up.
completely just
Really?
like went for the 85K and then just
Wow.
started
Yeah.
spending it.
Yeah, that's bad. Because
Yeah.
the people that at least own businesses, it becomes a little more sticky to trace.
Don't
like,
quote me on that part of the story.
Yeah.
I didn't. I think that's how it went.
no,
but
that's good.
Well, let's tally him up.
Well done.
We got a game. Matt
us
and I
some
are
points.
crawling at the bottom. That was a rough week for Spencer.
Have the guests really solidified second?
No, because I had
No.
a terrible game.
So what's the scores?
Logan got 5.
Yep.
I got 4.
Yep.
Yep.
Spencer and Cody got 1.
Nice.
Okay.
So that brings our totals to Logan at 30. We
Which
can't even
he
catch
can't
up.
lose. He can't lose.
Loses 1 from the guest.
If I have a -1
We
week, it's
get-
still reachable.
No,
Did you get 6
No,
as a
no,
max?
we can't get 6 because the next guest isn't telling stories.
You're right.
So
Yeah.
you've solidified first place.
You're
Good
not.
job.
Good job, Logan.
I'll be wearing my winner shirt next
Spencer
episode.
and I are tied at 22.
Yep.
Our guests are at 21.
Wow.
Good for
So
them.
the everybody that's not Logan is very close.
Good for
Okay.
them.
Okay, well, we'll catch you next week to see who
Yes.
scratches out the bottom, Matt or I.
Dun,
Cody,
dun, dun.
Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us.
man.
Yes,
thank
thank you,
you.
Cody.
Thanks
Hope
for
you
having
enjoyed
me.
your time.
It was a blast.
It was.
Catch you next week.
As always, we'll see you guys next week.
Toodaloo.